Have you been watching the news? As of today, Trump has just banned segregation in all government contracts. So, as of today, segregation in government contracts and contracts that employ government workers has now been unbanned, right? Segregation is permitted now. Hmm. What does that make you feel? As a black person, we know that our history has been riddled with nothing but discrimination, being ostracized by the whole world, being the scapegoat for all of the horrible, deplorable uh, agendas of those in power, white supremacy. We know that we get the bad end of the stick on every turn. Back in the day, when our forefathers that fought for this country to get civil rights, not only for ourselves but for those that would enter into this country, they fought so hard because they wanted everyone to be considered or seen as equal, to be able to walk into an institution or to a store or just whatever the gathering is and feel like you are just as important, just as human as everyone else. But they had segregation that put signs that says only coloreds could eat here or drink there, or whites could only eat there or drink there. And so it was a caste system, a class system that said that one person was beneath the other. That was what the way this country was structured. Blacks on the bottom, whites on the top, everything else in between, but still blacks were on the bottom. Segregation back in the 60s, 50s, even a lot still was in the 70s. Even though they got rid of segregation in the 60s, it was still prevalent and evident in America, and even in the 70s, even in the 70s, which was like 40 something years ago. So it shows you that we're not that far past those times. So, what was going on during segregation in the black community? In the black community, we could not go to the same places as white people, enjoy some of the same pleasantries as white people. We did not weren't funded in our schools. We didn't have the best pleasantries. We didn't have the opportunities that whites had, or even other nations or races of people. We always had the bottom, the worst. But one thing we did have was unity. We had a lot of unity in the black community. The family structure was strong. When we did go to the places where we met up as a community, we were strong. We were it was a lot of love there. Black people were in a place where they felt accepted. Black people were in places and spaces where they did not feel like they had to worry about somebody looking down on them or trying to hurt them, set them up, do things which would possibly harm them or end them. Black people were in another place as far as economics, always on the bottom because the all of the opportunities were held from black people. Now, this is not me uh, trying to pull some things out of the sky. This is American history. Black history is American history. The way that we have been treated in this country shows you the moral fabric of this country. So there's nothing here that I'm saying that is outside of what really happened. But segregation, we were able to be have a strong union with our own people. We knew where we were accepted, and those places and the spaces where which we were not accepted, we did not go. And we didn't really think or care anything of it. Of course, there were those that still wanted to eat, quote unquote, at the master's table. But for the majority of us, we was chilling. We was kicking it. And the world took notice of it. You already know that when a black person, when we start something, the whole world comes and has to be included because we're the salt of the earth. We're the light of the world. When we speak, it's like thunder. It's like lightning. The waves of the ocean, they're stirred. And I'm not just saying this just to say it. It's the truth, right? Right? So, segregation was really difficult, a difficult time because it was dangerous. Because there were so many spaces in America that black people could not travel, could not go without feeling like they could be in danger. But then on the flip side, if you stayed in your space that was allotted to you as a black person, Now if you dealt with your own people, right, in business, commerce, if you went to schools where there was majority or all black people, we had black teachers, which the children could look up to and aspire to be teachers and to be thinkers, be those that were creative. You had some of the best minds that this country has ever produced came from the black community. Many inventions that were patented by that belonged to black people and stolen by the majority society. You had many inventions that you would never known came from black people back in that time period of segregation. So many different inventions. So we came up as a people that were held down and that were ostracized and that people thought was nothing, spoken about in the worst manners, by words galore. But we did not, it didn't separate us, it didn't cause us to fall apart, it brought us together and made us stronger. Segregation times. Oh, of course, we had these movements that I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King, somebody that we now know. And I'm not going to talk about him in a negative way because his efforts did move us forward in a way, but in a major way, it didn't because it brought us to their table and it made us feel like we can eat their food, but we were never going to get as much food at that table as they would get. And the food that we got, we'd have to worry about it being tainted, about it being mishandled by people that hate us. And that food comes in many different forms. A job, you have the opportunity now as a black person past segregation to get a job, but are you going to get that job? Or is that person that has the ability to hire you, are they going to look at you and look the other way to that other person that's not you? That's what we've dealt with. Unfair injustice, regardless of what the qualifications were. You still had that white supremacy hanging over your head that would stop you, that would like let you go so far and only to knock you back down when you went too far. Stop your creativity, stop your ingenuity, trying to put some thought in your mind that you are less than never can amount to what these other people can amount to. Segregation was, in a way, a good thing. Segregation brought us together. This is just my stance. I say this without saying that I don't love all people of the world because I love God. And God said that I believe I'm an Israelite. Israelites in this world are the true African Americans, right? Go look in Bible prophecy and you'll find out who we are. That's not what this video is. But the Gentiles, which are not the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth, they shall be some of them that will worship the Most High God in the end, when all of this is set straight again, when the children of God are back in power, serving Him in spirit and truth, and running this world that God has ordained for us to run, because we're the true leaders. We are the ones that will run this world with Christ when He returns. You can believe that or not, but pretty soon the whole world will believe that and know that. That's coming. Your forefathers, the ones that created this lie of this world and this structure that they have, this white supremacy and the blacks or the Negro on the bottom, that is an agenda. And the agenda can only last so long, and it lasts because the blacks have not, African Americans, quote unquote, don't know who they are yet. But they're learning now. We're learning now. A lot of us have already gotten past that. We know we're the Israelites of the Bible. But until that time comes to where the majority of the African Americans realized that their heritage was stolen and taken from them, and that they were put in chains and sold all over the world and put in captivity and slavery to fulfill Bible prophecy that said they would go in chains to a land that their forefathers did not know because of the sins of their forefathers. When we recognize black people, that we are those people, and we stop having any part of the whites, America, Babylon's institution, fulfilling their sustaining their process with the processes of voting and being and marching to get some sort of equality and justice in this Babylon, which is not our home, the home we're going to get ready to leave pretty soon. Once as these judgments start to hit this place at a clip that is unthinkable, once God begins, and He's already began to just rip this place apart, once we realize who we are and we completely disassociate from their marches, from their going out and speaking up for these other nations, and trying to be the first voice out there, the first in, the first out, fighting for everyone. Once we stop that, the Most High God is going to get down on this place, and He is really going to do some stuff. By everyone will believe in the Bible pretty soon, because it will be so much for you to see. All these prophecies, you just can't, you won't be able to deny them, right? But anyways, Trump has completely gotten rid of. Taking the steps to take away to reinstate segregation. So the way that it was back in the 60s and the 70s, they in 60s and the 50s and all the time before that, they want this to be the way America is now. So imagine they're saying colored places here, blacks only here, whites only here, maybe Asians here, maybe Mexicans here. They want the population to be segregated. The reason why he wants it is because he wants there to be a civil war. The goal is martial law. The black people right now, my people, are not playing their game. They're ripping up streets in Washington, D.C. that says Black Lives Matter. It's supposed to be some beacon of hope for black people to let us know that we do matter, which I don't need a street or need anything from the enemy to tell me that I matter. My God lets me know that I matter. So, but that's their goal. They're trying to have Derek Chauvin, the guy that George Floyd. They're trying to pardon him. They're trying to the DEI. They're trying to make black people the face of DEI, saying if you got a job, it's only because you're black. You did not deserve it. There was a good white person or a good Asian person or a good Mexican, whoever, that didn't get the job because you just meet a quota. This is what they're trying to do, to bring us down, to belittle us, to hopefully bring us back into the streets, get us upset. They're going to do false flags. They're going to create scenarios, violent scenarios. They're going to do it politically. They're going to do all sorts of things to get black people in a state of hate, of being, of wanting to get back, get revenge, only for them to send out their COINTELPRO into the marches, into the rallies, into the town hall meetings, so they can mess with the people, the black people that are standing up for their rights, so to speak, and then do some false flag. Make it so the black people are at the head or the face of this problem that happens anywhere in America that they orchestrated. Problem, action, solution, Hegelian dialect. Put it on the news. Have the black people be the ones that were the ones that say they incited it. And then all of a sudden, martial law. The black people are now the face of martial law. Everyone sees the blacks as the reason why. You see, this is what they do when when they can't hit the bee's nest and have the bees come out. That's going against every bit of rationality, or that goes against the whole. That destroys the system, so to speak. They want to hit the bee's nest and have the bees come out. They want the bees, the black people. They're not getting it. So now they're doing something else every day. I didn't vote for Trump. I don't vote for anyone. I serve God. I don't vote for people that I know are on the same side, Democrat, Republican. I'm sorry. If you're not there yet, you'll get there when you realize none of them are for you, black people. None of them. Get out of the system. But that's not what this video is about. But when you realize what they're trying to do is the segregation, Trump has just done one thing after the next, after the next. He just got in office a little over a month and a half ago, y'all. Don't but what I'm saying this for is, don't you see the agenda? No one could do things that quickly in that small succession of time. So much. He's done more than any president probably has done in a month and a half than they've done in 8 years or 4 years or 8 years. Why do you think it's happening? If it doesn't make sense, it's an agenda. If it doesn't make sense, it's an agenda, but lots of people don't believe in it, that there's any agendas. People say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, you're stupid. You're the reason why this whole country is in the shape that it's in. You're the reason. Well, we'll get back on that later. But you're the reason why no one ever goes forward. We never move forward. We always go backwards, move a little bit, go backwards, move a little bit. If you keep with that pattern, you're going to be at the beginning. If you move a little bit, go backwards, move a little bit, go backwards. Do you ever go forward? But there's these people in the world that believe all this trash that these people are putting in social media to divide us, to make us hate one another, to cause us to get so enraged where the overall agenda, the main plan of our enemies, those that top, those in power, those that talk about us in secret, those that have parties and have gatherings together where they talk about how they're going to destroy us, all of us, but black people number one. They hate us all, but they know that the black people are the main voice. They know who the black people are. They know our voice shakes mountains, removes mountains. They know the influence that black people have in this world. We showed y'all at the voting booth, even though I don't vote, my people voted against this whole fascism, supremacy led narratives and laws that are now going to be put in place. Trump has done. Have you ever seen on CNN how or Fox how every day he's doing these new signings? He has a guy that's reading all of these new laws he's enacting. None of us really know the inner workings of these laws. I've never seen a president, maybe they do it in the back without the cameras. I've never seen a president come on these news channels every single day and he's enacting new laws. Do you know what these laws are? They're chipping away at your very life without you knowing it. Segregation, something that has been taken out of America since the 60s. Now he is just started. It's not a he will or he may. He just got signed a law that says segregation is allowed when it comes to government contracts. Don't you know that you think they're going to stop there? This is going to spread out until the mom and pop stores. It's going to spread out into, of course, all of your favorite department stores. You're going to go, of course, you see how they already said DEI, Target, and Walmart before they said, "Oh, we're gonna basically get rid of DEI." So that means DEI means, "Oh, black people, you're not welcome because you're only qualified here based off of this law. Your skills will not allow you to truly be the best person for the job." But then, of course, black people rose up and stopped going to their institutions, and they lost millions and millions of dollars. So much so that these institutions like Target and Walmart had to make a written apology to black people, or indirectly, not black people. But they said, we're going to actually hold back on the DEI stuff. When you affect their pocketbook, you affect them. They're all about money. Money, money, money. That is the reason why they actually got rid of MLK, because MLK was on their side, speaking their agenda, peace and hold hands, and everybody eating at the same table. But once he start talking about black people getting their money and having economic stability and security, and how black people need to have money back in their own pockets, and it's not just about kumbaya holding hands. We need to have money. Then they got rid of him. You affect their pocketbooks, is that's all they care about. Their god is mammon. Mammon is the devil. The love of money is the root of evil, not money itself. The love. These people will do anything to protect their security. Look at the immigrants that they're sending back to their countries, right? Now, of course, the Bible said this would happen, that the immigrants will leave Babylon and go back to their homelands. But look at what they're doing. They're once again going against their own interest. They got people in Nebraska that are losing their farms because, and the whole state's gonna be bankrupt because the immigrants can't work there no more because they're scared to go to work. Because if they do, ICE will come and snatch them up and deport them back to their countries. And these same people that have these farms in Nebraska and all these homeland area, rural areas, they've destroyed their own families, taken food off their own table, voted for somebody which is going to take away their livelihood by taking away the immigrants that work for the cheap. So you would rather lose your whole livelihood, vote for somebody that's going to basically take food off your table, bankrupt your dang state, take away your business, all to have this white supremacy reign supreme. Well, now you got it. Now you got what you wanted. You got what you asked for. And this is just the way it's going to be. First, it starts with the flicker of the match. And as you keep on flicking it, guess what's going to happen? Flame. But the flame is going to be by your destruction. Those that are so against humankind, mankind, that the workers of iniquity that cause and start all of these fights between us, that divide us, that hate us, that come against us in every manner, that ways in which none of us can even think. Like, are they even human? We wouldn't do that to them or anyone. We just want to live and be able to love our people and go out here and enjoy this world. You got a people on this earth that are against that. And they show you every day. But then you got certain people that are so programmed that they still vote for them. They still participate in this society, thinking that there's going to be a change that's going to occur in their life. They're going to get the crumbs that fall from the master's table, and one day it's going to be all okay. No, now you're getting ready to be judged, Babylon, along with those that are the majority of this country. This is it. There, this is the Great Reset. They're starting with the flick of the match. Oh, Derek Chauvin, he off George Floyd. Oh, are they reacting? Nope. Okay, we're gonna break up the street that says Black Lives Matter in Washington D.C. Are they reacting? Nope. Oh, DEI, they're taking away jobs from people they know they are just targeting black people. Are they reacting yet? Nope. Okay, segregation, let's bring it back. Are they reacting yet? Yes, guess what's gonna happen as you keep doing that? Your enemies are going to grow and get stronger, and there are going to be more and many of them. The very immigrants that you're kicking out of the country are going to turn against you. They're going to also not. They're going to stop working on your farms and working in your institution for the cheap. Your whole country is about to be destroyed, and just all because you're trying to rile us up. All because you're trying to rile the black people up, which you know who we are. You know who we are. We're the flame. We're the battle axe. And when we leave you alone, we rise. When we mess with you, we fall. Blessings to you. This is Judah J. Please like, share, subscribe. If you like to donate to the channel, you can go to $ Judah J Talks 144. That's $ Judah J Talks 144. Blessings to you. Gregory Nichols. I'm not all over the place. If you don't want to be at this channel, you can leave. You can leave forever because it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to keep speaking this truth. Love all my people. Until next time, you can do super chat. You can do once again $ Judah J Talks 144 to uplift the channel, to donate to the channel, and push the thumbs up. Until next time, guys, look for the notification. Shalom.